It's time. The Cincinnati Bengals are taking on the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow, just a little bit under 24 hours away on Monday Night Football. And I know it hasn't been a great year for Cincinnati, but I still look forward to watching them every single week or when there's not a bye week. But anyways, let's get down to business. Obviously, like I said, they're taking on the Cowboys. All-time record against the Cowboys is not the greatest. We're 4-10 against Dallas. And the last time, listen to this. The last time Cincinnati beat Dallas was in 2004. Okay, let's put this in perspective. I'm 20 years old. I was born in 2004. The last time Cincinnati beat Dallas was in 2004. Carson Palmer was the QB when Cincinnati last beat Dallas. So this is the 15th matchup in franchise history with Dallas Cowboys. Both franchises having very, 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 very disappointing years this season. It's probably not the most hyped up primetime game, and fans outside of the two fan bases are probably not excited about this game. Obviously, we're excited about this game, but not the most hyped up game. But Cincinnati football is happening. It's on Monday Night Football. I get to watch it on primetime. Get to watch Joe Burrow ball out, which I'm expecting him to. So I'm excited about it, and I would like to get a win. I'd like to see us beat the Cowboys. I have a lot of Cowboy fans in my family. My grandpa is actually a Cowboys fan. He was in the military, America's team, Cowboys fan. And then a lot of my family on my dad's side is actually from Dallas or from Texas. So they're Cowboys fans as well. So this is a little bit of, not a rivalry, but a little bit of a deeper game for me. And then I'm an Ohio State fan, so Zeke, obviously he's not doing the greatest now in the NFL, but still a beast. And they got Malik Hooker too. So a lot of people hate the Cowboys. Most fan bases despise the Cowboys, and a lot of Cincinnati fans despise the Cowboys, but I don't really have a problem with the Cowboys. But obviously I want to beat them every single time. I want to beat them, and we haven't since 2004. I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction, not my score prediction, but we're going to win. I'm predicting. Please, we're going to win. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. First, let's start with the offensive side, comparing the Bengals offense to the Cowboys offense. All right, let's go. Let's jump into the preview. All right, here to go. Starting with the offenses for both teams. Cowboys total offense is 20th for Cincinnati, 9th ranked overall. Then passing offense is 10th. And passing off for the Cowboys, passing offense for the Bengals. Actually, we are ranked number 1 in passing offense right now. Then Cowboys rushing offense 31st, and then rushing offense for the Bengals is 28th. So it's kind of funny. Both teams are kind of similar-ish on the offensive side of the field. Obviously, the lean is heavily towards the Bengals for the offensive side, especially with the total offense. But Cowboys are very much a passing team. Cincinnati is very much a passing team. Cowboys' running game has struggled. Cincinnati's running game has struggled. So very similar offenses in how they operate. But with starting QB of the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, being out the rest of the year, obviously that has affected the offense overall. And then CeeDee Lamb, except as of recent, hasn't been performing at what he usually does. I'm mainly talking about the beginning of the season. He's turned that around as of recent. But with the offense, obviously, the lean is going towards the Bengals. Number 1 passing offense. If Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and even Yoshi gets involved, and hopefully Jermaine Burton, we see him getting involved as well, and Gesicki getting involved more. It's a deadly passing offense, and then even our running back Chase Brown gets involved in the passing game as well. Cincinnati, that's what they have to lean on. They have to lean on the passing, on their passing offense. Obviously ranked number 1 for a reason, so keep doing what's working. Don't try to do something stupid and focus on the run when you're the best passing offense. Just keep passing and passing and passing, because the Cowboys don't have the firepower or the experience to keep up with Cincinnati in all honesty for what it is for the offensive side. Now, if we looked at the offense, Cincinnati obviously having the lean for the offense. Let's look at the defenses, which has been the main struggle for both of the teams. All right, Cowboys. That says Cowboys offense. It's supposed to say Cowboys defense. My bad. I'm blaming the graphics, even though I'm graphics. See, both teams have been struggling with the defenses. Total defense for the Cowboys, 26th. Bengals, 27th. Passing defense for the Cowboys is 13th. Passing defense for the Bengals is 27th. Oh, it was 37th. Rushing defense for the Cowboys is 31st. Rushing defense for the Bengals is 22nd. So, once again, both defenses have been struggling mightily this season, have underachieved what they were supposed to. Dallas was one of the best defenses last year, now one of the worst. Cincinnati brought in a bunch of new players, especially in the secondary with their safeties, Geno Stone and Von Bell. Thought that was going to make the defense a lot better. Has turned out to be the opposite. We have a lot of guys out in the secondary for the year. So it's just been an underachieving defensive side for Cincinnati. I don't really think any team has the lean in the defense. I mean, looking at the stats, obviously, Cowboys passing defense has the lean against Cincinnati, but Cincinnati is pretty much mid throughout the entire rankings. Cowboys is obviously one of the worst rushing defenses, so maybe we can lean on a rush a little bit. And I mean, Chase Brown against the Steelers last weekend actually had a pretty good game. He was breaking out like 20-yard runs after 20-yard runs, which was honestly really good to see. So I don't think Cincinnati has to solely focus on the passing in this game. I think they can easily hand it off to Chase Brown and actually get Khalil Herbert involved in the game. And I think both of them could do pretty well against this defense, especially what we saw them do or saw Chase Brown specifically do against the Steelers defense, which is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. And Cincinnati, I don't remember the final score, but I think we put up 38 on that defense. Well, 31 because of pick six. But anyways, put 38 total points up on that defense. That's supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league, and we're going up against one of the worst defenses in the league. Obviously, we're also one of the worst defenses in the league, so can the Dallas Cowboys find a way to expose our defense like every other team has? But I think the main matchup is obviously Cincinnati's passing game versus the Dallas Cowboys passing defense. Obviously, top 15 passing defense. Cincinnati is the top passing offense in the league. Obviously, number one ranked passing offense going against top 15 passing defense. That secondary for the Cowboys is led by Diggs. He was in the injury report. Diggs was. He wasn't determined to be out, questionable or doubtful or anything like that. They didn't give an answer for that. And there were some other guys I wanted to talk about in this matchup for injuries, starting with the Cowboys. Just Diggs, he was on the injury report. I forgot what he was dealing with, but he was limited in practice. CeeDee Lamb was also limited in practice as well, and that's their main threat on offense. So that would be huge for Cincinnati if he's even just like limited in the game and he can't do as much as he usually can. Obviously, Cooper Rush is the starting quarterback now that Dak Prescott is out. So I think really the formula for Cincinnati is just do what's been working. You're gonna have to outscore this team, and that's what it is every single week. The Dallas Cowboys aren't a great team, but we haven't been playing like a great team either. Without a doubt in my mind, Dallas is going to put up a fight. This is the classic Cincinnati game where we're going up against one of the worst teams in the league, or actually they've been turning it around as of recent. But record-wise, one of the worst teams in the league and one of the underachieving teams in the league. It's going to be a good game, and without a doubt in my mind, it's going to be a good game. I don't think the Cowboys have the firepower to keep up with the Cincinnati Bengals, but that's where I see this game going, is kind of a high-scoring game because both defenses have lacked with one of the best offenses for Cincinnati than a pretty good offense for the Cowboys. But it really just comes down to can the Dallas Cowboys keep up with the firepower of the Cincinnati offense? Because I think you're not going to be able to stop Jamar Chase. The Dallas Cowboys aren't going to be able to stop Jamar Chase, and then Cincinnati's not going to be able to stop CeeDee Lamb. So that's why, since CeeDee Lamb was a little bit banged up, same with Jamar Chase, but he's later in this week he went full practice. I'm pretty sure CeeDee Lamb was limited practice the entire week. So that's why I think Cincinnati has the edge in that, and the edge in this game. I think Cincinnati overall is the better team, just with the firepower that they have on the offense. I think that outweighs what Dallas has. But for Cincinnati, there's some injuries I want to go over, which is pretty upsetting. Oh, that's my score prediction. But anyways, Cincinnati injury report. Orlando Brown Jr., after 1 week of being back, he is officially out for this game. He is not playing in this game. Obviously, Logan Wilson is out for the rest of the season. So he is out as well. And Evan McPherson is out for the rest of the season. So now it's going to be Cade York, like I talked about on a few episodes ago. Cade York is the new kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals now that Evan McPherson is out as well. But then also Sheldon Rankins is also out again with an illness. They haven't really came out and said what the illness is. But he is out again, but Orlando Brown Jr. is out. So that's the main thing with Cincinnati is obviously Dallas has a solid D-line led by Micah Parsons. So can Cincinnati's offense maintain Micah Parsons in specifically and give Joe Burrow enough time to make the throws to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Gesicki to go and attack the secondary? That will be the main focal point of the game is who can win in the trenches. If Cincinnati O-line can maintain Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys D-line, then I think Cincinnati wins the game. And since you already even saw it, I'll just go ahead and put up my score prediction. I think Cincinnati wins 35-21. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think, like I said, I just think Cincinnati's offense, with the firepower that they have and with the lack of firepower that the Dallas Cowboys have on offense, I give the lead to Cincinnati. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Cincinnati wins comfortably. I think it could be close until like the fourth quarter. Then we'll get like a garbage time touchdown to go up by 2 possessions, win by 2 touchdowns. But I think that's how this game goes. It should be an interesting game. I thought Cincinnati was going to have a lot better record than they do now. So if Cincinnati loses, I don't think we're going to lose, and I hope we don't lose. But let's bring that record up from 4-10, 5-10 with a win tomorrow on Monday Night Football. Like I said, main focal point will be the passing offense for the Bengals going up against the passing defense for the Cowboys. And then Cincinnati's O-line, how much can they contain Micah Parsons and the Cowboys D-line? And I think if they can do that, if they can not expose, but handle themselves against the passing defense of the Cowboys and then maintain Micah Parsons in the Dallas defensive line, I think Cincinnati wins comfortably 35-21. That was my score prediction on Tuesday after the game. Come back to Bengals Digest where I react to the game, hopefully after a win, and we got a victory Tuesday. But remember to like this video, comment on what you think the score prediction is going to be, on what you think Cincinnati should focus on in this game. Don't forget to subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel for all your Bengals news, updates, rumors, everything going on. And Cincinnati is right here on the Bengals Digest channel. I'm Carson Lokey, and I'll see you next time. Good night, and God bless.